Hey folks, Quillyteen here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Factorio. We are trying to get the sort of metallurgy advanced smelting stuff set up for copper in a moment here. Just because copper is the one where our inputs are currently the weakest, although we've got some mineral patches nearby that we certainly could scale things up. After we do the copper, we may do the iron, I guess, because that's probably the thing we use the most still, probably. Although its material is pretty okay. So I went and reinforced some of our defenses that were being poked up over here, and up over here on the western wall. So that's going pretty okay. So I had to go and run and get some material to make more of these air filters. I still don't have the automation to make the air filters right now, which we may or may not want. I don't know. Well, probably will want. I don't know how much air filters we end up producing over the course of the game, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and just use these big guys here because it'll be maybe easier to set up a bit more of a network going on. So in theory, each one of these is making 133 air per, so that's 260, which should be about what we need for saturation here. Hopefully, like, these pipes are actually all we need. They seem to be holding full of compressed air, and everything's okay. So we have to get rid of the nitrogen. So I went and built one of these flare stacks, which says it burns excess chemicals. Now, nitrogen does not burn, but let's assume that it'll just vent it. I don't know. That might be wishful thinking from something that, you know, the Bobs and Angels stuff, because there's probably some other component that I didn't see that's actually the vent. But I'm going to go and just stick this way over here, a little out of the way, and if I can remember where the hell I put that stack. This one, right, doesn't... There we go. Ooh, that is tall. So if we line it up that way... You need power? Okay. Well, we got a flame! So, I guess it's working. You need a little bit more nitrogen, and these aren't working because right now they're full of oxygen. Okay. We got that. I did go and put these down as well. So I didn't wire them up because I wasn't 100% sure if this was the correct setup, but I think it might be? Hang on. Oh yeah, 7. I was going to say, why is there an odd number? But no, that's correct. So you're going to be grabbing the copper. So let's do that. We're getting things smashed. Where? Is that an area? Yeah, you still got plenty of guns. You're fine. And at some point, we'll just have to push out in general, but we're going to be okay. So we'll get you. So everything is on this side. So if I do that... Oh, we got to copy the recipes over. Excellent. Hopefully we don't desaturate this. I think we're okay. Apparently I got a little copper ore just sitting in there, so let's go ahead and dump it into one of these as well. Alright, so you're coming down... like that. And like that. And do I have a tiny pole that I've picked up from deconstructing things? Yeah, we'll just put you down over there. Oh, we'll do the same thing over here. Small electric poles, like that. Okay, you're starting to load in. You're complaining you don't have fuel. That is just a result of not being fed in coal. Which I suppose has to wrap around. Yeah, may as well. I don't see the harm in doing this. Okay, there. So now you're just missing oxygen. We've got the pipe set up for it. Let's see if this works. Ooh, this one drill is done. Only this one, not a lot of minerals left, and we can tear this whole thing down. So... I suppose if I just do this, since I can walk through things... That'll be okay, and we can add scalability. I will run the oxygen down this way. Okay, everything's still powered up. And this way. Underground. I think I would be happier if it were here. There we go. looks lined up. Okay, as I was gonna say, why aren't you producing? But anyway, there's just a long lag time before it starts. We now have copper ingots. Great. Oh, I was gonna say, what's happening to the coal? I guess we still want this to be running. Also, bits of it are yellow, which is probably okay, because you actually don't need this stuff to come in very quickly, but I think I will, in fact, feel better if we've done this. Just in case I need, I put in more and more demand on these coal lines later on. At least we'll be hitting full saturation. Ooh, there's some bits over here, too, that apparently are yellow. And these bits are yellow, which might be okay, although let's go ahead and write it all up, because I can recycle the yellow bits, so that's going to be okay. All right, there we go, back to full saturation. We're not even mining that whole patch right now, which is fine, because a lot of them are sitting idle. All right. So we got you, and these are being done relatively efficiently with our oxygen. Now I have to melt these, right? Is that what the induction furnaces are for? Yes. So this can make molten copper from copper ingots. So like I said, I'm going to kind of leave this area open in case we need to do something else with the ingots. So, tell you what, let's line it up with this, just because whatever. So what kind of speeds are we talking about here? You need to pick up 3 ingots per second, which means if we have 4 of these, they will mostly, but not quite, drain one side of this. So we could have 8 of these. And let's say we dump into a thing in the middle. So you've got the recipe. So if we have 8, I guess I can get rid of this stuff here, right? Yeah, sure. Come on, go bots. Because I'm going to have 2 more or less fully saturated lines of ingots running down here. Not that it's going to matter, but I'll go ahead and just do like a lazy little balance between the 2, just to make sure that things don't get wonky. So then I can have one of these run right up here. You need to grab how many? You need to grab 3 per second, which means that's 2 blues. 2 blues, and they'll sit idle part of the time. It's a little hard to tell necessarily where these things start and end, but I guess this is going to work. Something like that. And that's all you need. Like, there's no other recipe for copper. This is not more efficient, though. So that's 12 ingots becomes 120 molten ore, so it's 10 to 1. So effectively 1 to 1 for our purposes, I think. This is 24 becomes 240, so it's still 1 to 1. It just lets you use manganese or silicon to also make iron. The same kind of iron. Doesn't look to me like there's any point to these higher ones, other than maybe balancing your inputs, or maybe you end up with way more silicon than you need. There you go. There's something we can do with copper. We can make bronze, brass. Okay, yeah, so the ingots will get used for different things later on. But for now, we got this, and so you should be pouring molten copper. I don't know where we're going to want this pipe to go. You know what? Maybe up, actually. Into a pipe. Now, I believe there's many things we can do with the molten copper. Right now, we're just going to go and cast it. Really? They can't reach? Oh, that's super annoying. Because I can do a full cover, but they can't link each other. Alright, whatever. We'll just do this. Then it'll just plop them down wherever they need to be. Okay. We might want to put a liquid storage on this, but I don't know. So unless I've miscalculated, this one line should basically feed all those very happily. I suppose I could make one storage bin just to see, but that's okay. So we'll be reserving the other side for more stuff like that. I'm just going to leave it there as sort of a parking thing. Okay, the blinking's going to annoy me. Here. Here. There. Okay. So what else did we have? We had the casting machines, which have... Wait, what? What's going on with these inputs? Oh, I bet you some of them need, like, a bunch of different materials later on. For different things. I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, wait, hold on. You can... Okay, so we can do solder this way later on, instead of crafting it directly where we're doing it. Although we don't need a ton of solder right now. So well, all we're doing is we're trying to make copper plates. So say like this. And then how many can we do? Well, we need 10 copper per second for each one. How much are we producing? Here we're producing 30 copper per. There's 8 of them. There could be up to 16 of these. 16 times 30, assuming I'm right, that's 480 molten copper per second. Yeah, 30 per. That seems like a lot, and each one of these needs 10 per second. So we could run 48 of these with this setup, which means we've clearly overkilled this way more than we need. Once this is completed as well. So, I mean, we don't need to go crazy. What I'll do is I'll probably do... Because we still have to figure out the outputs. These are producing... Oh, they're only producing 1 plate per second. So this is the thing that you end up taking a ton of space for. Okay, well, tell you what we'll do then. We're going to go and screw shit together a little bit closer. So you're going to go this way. So yeah, the casting machines we're going to need a lot of later on. I'm going to start these as low as possible then. Like here. So we could have 13 per side to fully saturate a red line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hold on. Turn off the gun. Grab you. How many is that? That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all we need to do to run along the back here is the molten copper line. Like this. What we'll do is we'll leave some space here, because when we get the blues going on... actually, I might want to, like, really be like, no, let's leave lots of space. I don't know how much more throughput we got on the blues. I don't think it's twice as much, though. I don't know. But this all might become more of this. So if we gave you power right now... Oh, we also got to go and paste these things. And on the other side, I suppose... Hang on, that's I didn't do that right. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I can turn on my little constructor bots again. Just if I don't have one in inventory. Well, I guess I could make a blueprint. That's true, and I could still blot stuff down at that point. So, you're going to be taking over this, because this isn't used for anything anymore. As far as I know. Yeah, no, that should be okay. Oh my god, that's going to drive me crazy. Thank you. So we need some blues. No, we just need yellows, because they only run at 1 per second. Unless they have a higher crafting speed. No, crafting speed of 1. So they only run at a rate of 1 per second. So this isn't going to produce, like, copper necessarily that quickly. But it's going to be producing it very cost efficiently. I feel like I've made a mistake here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, there's supposed to be 13. There we go. Something like that. Because I knew there was going to be, like, the odd one over here that didn't match up right. Yeah, I probably could have blueprinted more of this and saved myself a little bit of trouble. That's okay. All right. Power. Should just be able to click and drag here. End up with something relatively sane. No, it looks like I'm still going to want that there. But. Yeah, because you're going to want power this way to power your hookups. So, okay. Something like that. So you're working. Okay, go copper. How am I doing on the pipes? Let me go and make a bunch of these. Yeah, I made all these undergrounds, but I'm not using as many anymore. I mean, I suppose I still could put some down since I've got them. I'm betting those underground pipes will last forever. I don't know if there's any advantage. I don't know if there's a better throughput. Oh, there's a size difference. What's the difference? Size 20, size 10. I don't know what the size means for pipes. So I don't know if this affects the pipe's throughput at all, or if it's just, I mean, clearly there are instructions, or, sorry, formulas that need, and recipes that need different types of pipes. But in terms of laying things down, I don't know if it makes a bunch of a diff. I don't want to make any right now and then just have them clutter up my inventory when I find out that I don't actually need them right now. But we once again have some copper flowing. Not that we had run out of copper, but we do. And I do have a place that makes some pipes, but I think I'm just going to go and pick up a handful over here. Making regular pipes does not take very long. There. Yeah, make hundreds. It's fine. I just want to finish that area. So, I guess I'm going to need more of the casting machines to do that. Now, later on, we'll get the casting machines higher marked, which, again, with, you know, maybe for the blues, maybe the Mark II machines will fully saturate a blue with the same length I've got now. So maybe I don't need to reserve this space, but better to over-reserve and not need it. Something, Samwise Gamgee. All right, so you are now working, right? No, you are not working. Why are you? Oh, because your input is actually down there. There we go. So no red dots. Red dot over here, but that's okay. Everything else is good. Probably going to be backlogged over here, but that's the intention. We don't need everything to run all the time. It's probably a good idea here, and I wish I'd done it more symmetrically, and I apologize to everyone who's going to be bothered by that. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of belt compression stuff over here. But yeah, everything's more or less going to be backlogged. But over here, this is done. I can go and tell you to go away. Dismantle this entire little outfit. Oh! Whoops. Tell you what, let me just go and put the flare stack here for now. There we go. Make sure you're connected. And do this. A lot of this is yellow, so I'm going to throw it in the recycler. And we're going to be picking up miscellaneous bits of ore that were never quite completed over here. I might just throw it in a box rather than find the right place to dump it off, because I'm lazy. Inventory is definitely filling up. So speaking of boxes, let's go and do this. And just drop you off there. Let's drop a bunch of geodes off there as well. Okay, that's fine. And then I have to, like, re-say, hey, pick this stuff up again. Okay. So, we have the more materially efficient copper production. And possibly ingots set up for the future. Now, this is very nice for the copper because we were actually running a little low on raw copper inputs. So now, all of a sudden, we're not running low on raw copper inputs. I don't know if we're actually producing copper as quickly. Clearly not, because this is still here. So, like, it's... Once we finish this stack, then we might be okay. And then we might find out that we're low on copper ore again anyway. That's a funny little dead end there. Oh. I mean, it doesn't completely matter right now, but it's a little wonky. And yeah, unfortunately, where everything got crammed, it's not necessarily going to be scalable, but maybe scalable enough. What I'm going to do here is do one of those. And lane balance. Good. And that probably gave me some copper ore, which I no longer want on my person. Thank you very much. So yeah, everything's a little crammed in here. So this may not be scalable without moving some stuff. But we've got room to, like, move some things if we need to increase this. This can be made longer. We could just run, like, another input sort of aside, like for the process stuff. Something like that. You need a formula. That's why you weren't operating. And, I mean, you don't have anything going on. Okay, so I guess I'll put a cut in here. No, it's, like, a little shorter. But I'll probably just run back here and, you know, grab some components. Make sure all these ghost images get put down to finish things up. Here's another area where we're nearly done draining stuff. No little weird packets of loose stuff. I mean, there's some packets of loose stuff over there, but I won't stress about all of it. And yeah, this soon will just dry up completely and can be dismantled. But this area is still being fed in from our primary line, which is good because we're still using this to create a few things for us. So, what was I need? Oh, the casting things. So clearly, I should change my storage for the casting to more. Now, I do know there's another thing. I can cast stuff to copper sheet coils if I bring in water. And then the copper sheet coil can be cut into copper plates. But that's the same ratio. One coil gives me 4 copper plates. 80 molten copper makes me 2 copper sheets, or sheet coils, which means that the 80 molten copper still turns into, in the end, 8 copper plates. So this isn't better. I mean, maybe the advantage to this is it allows you... I guess the point of this one might be that it allows you to saturate your bus more. Because you can just put copper sheet coils on the bus, and then when you actually need copper plates, you cut them into plates from the coils. But that doesn't seem that useful. And there's clearly something I'm missing. You probably use it for an intermediary step, or you can make cable from copper wire coils. So you can smelt directly into copper wire coils, and then chop those into copper wires. And again, that might make it worth bussing this, but I don't know. In any case, we have metallurgy set up, which, other than it will enable us to make brass... Well, I mean, I think we could make brass anyway, but maybe make brass in a somewhat more convenient manner. Oh, that's the delete me later. I can delete that now. We're exactly where we were at the start of last episode, except making copper more efficiently. There's value in that, clearly, but we haven't actually advanced up our tech or anything. Speaking of, I've had this on pause for a bit. I should probably do something. I don't know. Coke pellets. Sure. That's fine. God, these all look the same to me. What's the thingy I'm looking for? It's not that. That's the ore processing. I mean, I might want more of this stuff at some point anyway. I can actually see myself wanting, like, 2 stacks of the ore processing. Blast furnace. The 10 seemed like a lot, but I don't know. Let's make 2 stacks of all these. But yeah, right here, this is the casting machines. We're going to want to be able to keep, like, up to 4 stacks of this, maybe, I think. Because it looks like this is something that we need huge amounts of. We might even want to just remove the limit on this one completely. Like, it's just, with the limit, it's convenient to just shift-click. and not fill up your entire inventory with stuff. But I don't know. In any case, this, I believe, will be enough to go and finish stuff. So I'll go and finish it between episodes. I may need to do another pass and restock some guns. At some point, I do want to push land out a little bit more. Sapphirite, Stereotyte. So yeah, we have more ore around, which is good, like within our borders. The fact that I got this is very helpful, especially since the Stereotyte, which is a bigger chunk over here, is what we use for copper, and I think that might be one of the things we're not quite producing enough. Advanced lead smelting. There's processed lead. Well, at least we know the process. So it needs oxygen gas. It needs more oxygen gas, but at least we know how to get that. Lead ingots need carbon. Ugh, they are not looking to make my life simpler, are they? I'm still happy. We've got some. Like, we've got some of it, which enables everything else to go. We'll try to make things more and more materially efficient as we go forward, but I'm more interested, I think, at this point, to actually feel like we're going forward. And then again, oil. I don't know. Thanks for watching. See you next time.